Hopefully everybody is well. So I'm just bringing you another educational video. Obviously, I brought the first one of the series out about 2 weeks ago in terms of CRV. I have put the chart backwards just to show where we was at that point in the video. Obviously, look, this is an educational video, but yeah, I mean, go and watch them all, really. I mean, you're going to get, yeah, nuggets, as they call it, in all the previous videos that I've done. So if you want to go and watch any of the previous videos, I still think you're going to learn some stuff, especially if you want to learn alien wave analysis. I will be making a very in-depth course in years to come. It's not going to be yet. Need a few more followers before obviously that gets underway, but just wanted to just sneak that in. But if you can, like, comment, subscribe, like, comment. I can't even speak. Like, comment, subscribe. Oh my God. Like, comment, subscribe, share everything if you can. Obviously, it helps get it out. And I'm pretty much just going to explain what we've been seeing, what's been happening, and just really do some, yeah, TA and just show you how I judge, how I try and call, obviously, the bottom of the moves, the top of the moves, this and that. It's actually been, yeah, pretty bang on. Yeah, without sounding arrogant, but it's, yeah, everything that's been playing out has been absolutely superb. So, if you remember on the last video, we was expecting this level to be the main area to bounce because it's the 1.618 of the A to B, A, B, C. This is the level that we was expecting of level 1, but we also said, look, we could come to this point, but it's going to be a huge 1, 2, 1, 2. Sorry, it'll probably be a 1, 2, a 1, and a 2 if we come back down to the 0.50, because that's not really where you normally go for wave fours. And then you're going to get absolutely, and it's going to go parabolic to obviously $6 in the coming months. It will get there in months and months and months, just not the coming couple of months. But yeah, this is obviously the main thing that we was obviously anticipating. All right, so I'm just going to remove. I'm just going to keep these here. Get rid of this. But yeah, that's what we was expecting. But yeah, this chart looks, even if you take it off log, that looks a little bit better. All right. In fact, no, I'll keep it on that. So if you remember last time, we was obviously saying, look, we should hopefully bounce here, and then obviously we should, do you know what I mean, pop back up and make a fifth wave. And I did say, once we get into this meat of the move, I will be making another video. I've just been way too busy to make the video, but we can obviously go through and just really show what I was doing in obviously in the interim of obviously everything playing out, and just show you how I view the charts. Then hopefully you can learn something as well. So obviously just let it play out. You can probably stick it on a 3, I reckon. So at this point, most people would see this as a 3-wave move, A, B, C. Now, what I have seen a lot of the time in flats, this looks like a 3-wave move, and what I'm about to show you, you can say it doesn't have the right look. Technically, it doesn't have the right look, but to me, it does have the right look because of what I've seen a lot of the times. Now, this is wave 1, this is wave 2. Now, when things can be rushed, and when it's on like a market that isn't that liquid, or it's something like this with only a few hundred mil market cap, like the waves aren't absolutely immaculate. This is what you need to understand. The waves look a lot better on the Dow Jones, the S&P, Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, XRP, stuff that gets traded more and it's got probably more people actually that's active in it. So it can be quite hard to obviously trade on these markets. So when you're looking at stuff, don't like shit yourself, and do you know what I mean? Don't not count this. At first, I didn't count that as a second wave, because why would you? It's quite small. I only counted it as second wave when I saw we broke below this, and I was like, right, this is a 1-2, a 1-2, 3, 4, 5. Then you've probably got uh, like a WXY, like a WXY, and then you've got a 1-2, a 3-4, and a 5, and then obviously we've come back down. We've absolutely pinpoint nailed this. I think we actually come back down again. 1 second. Let me just see if yeah, we do, and then obviously you got the major move. You got the major move up. So obviously what you've got here again, if you jump onto this, you can get wave 4s can be huge compared to wave 2. So even if you just look at this on the 15-minute, you got your wave 1, your wave 2, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, wave 4 comes back to the previous wave 4 or 1 less a degree, and then obviously you've got your last wave down, right? So you've got 9 waves. This looks tiny, but that's the count. So you've got your wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then obviously you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and obviously up you go. Now this is exactly what you want to see. This is exactly what you want to see after you get an expanded flat. You want to see a move like this, and it's similar to what we've seen with Bitcoin. Weirdly enough, you don't really get expanded flats in wave 4. If you're going to get a flat in wave 4, you're going to get a flat and regular flat, which is like A, B, C, and then obviously go. You don't really see you don't really see expanded flats. But again, this is what we was expecting because of this tap in the 1.236, or was it 1.382? Let me have a look. I think it was 1.382. So then that's when we was expecting up here, obviously the flat to come down. So we got a good reaction off this. So now what do we do, right? So just quickly, just want to highlight. So wave 4s can be wave 4s can be a lot bigger than wave 2, but do not like every single time expect wave 4 to be massive compared to wave 2. You want to see obviously it have the right look, but they can be a lot bigger than wave 2, wave 4. So just a little tip there. So we obviously got this move here. Now if you remember, we was expecting the top to come in at about 130 to 140. All right, because of obviously what we're going to draw up. So obviously after you've seen this does not fit inside of this move. So you do know that this is obviously your wave. Obviously you can come back down, and then obviously you're going to keep going. How this did play out, wave 5 wasn't that pretty in terms of the internal waves, just like this wave 3, and this wasn't. But again, that's because it's not as liquid as obviously the other markets. Not until really you're going to start getting up to, do you know what I mean, when we are really got a lot of heavy trading volume. Obviously at the lows it cannot be, it's not that pretty, but this looks fucking great. So how do we judge obviously the top of wave 5? Fair few things. If you remember what we've got, is it the same as wave 1? So you want to see a 1.618. Is it going to be the 0.618? No. Is it a 1.0? Well, it could. That if we did come up to this, it's still not going to be truncated even if we failed to make a new high, because this is the high. That's the orthodox top, not that. So it wouldn't be truncated if we did wick above this and come back down, right? So we'll leave that in. So we've got obviously a 1-to-1 measured move here. We've got a 1.618 here. Let's see if obviously we've got another confluence. If you know, obviously with how I do PA, Fibonacci divider to divide the full sequence from put this 0.618 onto the bottom of wave 4 and project. So again, you're starting to get a nice little cluster here. If we project this a little bit higher, again, you're starting to get a nice little cluster here as well, up there. Are you going to get a 0.382? Not really. I probably wouldn't put that on the chart. That is quite high, and that would make it extended. So if you've got, just another little tip, if you've got a wave 3 that is a 1.618 or 2 or 2.618 or to 4.236 of wave 1, in this case it pretty much does tap the 2.0, right? You're normally going to get, you want to see, look, pretty much tap the 2.0. Again, it's not going to be bang on all the time. Like, you've got to understand this. Do you know what I mean? You're giving your best educated guess, but when wave 3 is an extended wave of wave 1, you want to see wave 5 be equal, which is a 1.0, to about this point here, as I've showed, of wave 1. It wants to be pretty much similar to wave 1. That's what you like to see. It have equality. All right. And then what else have we got? So yeah, you've got those levels. You could even have a 1 to 3. See if we've got a 0.618 or a 1.0. 1.0, nothing really comes in there, and that's quite high. What about the 0.618? Again, you've got another Peter here. Right, so yeah, another part there, or 0.50. Stick the 0.50 there as well, get that in of that move. So you've got that there. And then is there a 0.382? Yeah, and then obviously you've got your 0.382 here of the wave 1 to 3. So you've got get rid of everything. You've got a fair few points here. Now, when it looks like this, if you remember in the last video, I said you didn't really want it to look like this, but when I showed you before, right, you want it to be around what you want to go with the most is what is has the highest probability, which is a 1-to-1 measured move. Sorry, I've got hiccups now. Fuck me. 1-to-1 measured move, so about here. So really, you want to see the cluster of, because this is, you're probably not going to come here because it's quite small. Plus, you've got a wave 1 here. So if you've got like a wave 1 here to wave 2, do you know what I mean? You're gonna you want it to obviously push up. It's not going to probably come here because that's going to be truncated. So you probably are going to come around to the one. Do you know what I mean? This area here. But normally, what you do want to see, and I showed this previously, is you want to see, let's say like 1, 2, 3, and then either you've got like one cluster here. You either want one cluster is obviously better, or you could have another cluster with like 2 points there. You want to see 2 to obviously make a Fibonacci cluster. And then obviously what you can do is you've got 2 areas there, potential tops. But again, what you really want to use is the 1-to-1 measured move of wave 1, because that's normally what you get when you get an extended third. Because obviously it's, yeah, etc. And what you also got here is if you use a Fibonacci divider, obviously 1-to-1 and this here. So really you want to see the top come roughly into this region, right? Or obviously that could be the 0.50 and it can come up to this region as well, but again, that's not where the 1-to-1 measured move is. So ideally you'd like a top to be coming in let's just use these 2 boxes for example, right? Then we can just get rid of, yeah, I keep them in, but yeah, this wasn't beautiful how it was playing out. If you did obviously see on Twitter, obviously I was expecting this area to get retest. Just going to show, where is it with CRV? We was obviously expecting a retest of this region. Where are we? Yeah, with this. So it's this part. Obviously before we was looking at this saying, look, obviously you've got ABC, WX, and then another 3-wave move we was expecting down in green. And then that's, yeah, what we got here, which is this point here, was expecting. So ABC, X, A, B, C, WXY to the previous 4th wave, and obviously this area in here, and then yeah, that's what we got. Obviously you got your tap and then an immediate rejection. Obviously throughout I was expecting, obviously I did say a couple of times, just showing some recent PA, that look, this didn't look beautiful and it still doesn't look like a beautiful impulse. It's probably an ending diagonal of some sort. I was obviously expecting another pullback. We didn't get it, and we did just keep chugging along because again, it can get a little bit sticky on the lower time frames. But it was nice to see that we got that drop into obviously the area of support we was on about, and then yeah, obviously we got the pump to the upside. Which is nice, and then obviously if you keep it playing out, but yeah, sorry, just quickly, obviously yeah, it didn't look beautiful. This is probably like some sort of ending diagonal, as I showed, but again, I'll go to that in a second. We'll just let this play out. But it was nice that obviously we called this, I'm just going to put this on a 1. It's nice that we called this bottom of the wave 4. Right, now at this point here, you've broken this. Right, you broke this, so you'd expect us to keep cascading down and this be the ending diagonal, right? And that's what I did have in mind at first, right? And then this is when we showed this chart, which showed this. When we broke the previous wave 4 or 1 less a degree, we just wicked below this, and I was like, right, we should obviously get this. This should have been the top. You've come into this box here, you've just spiked above it, which is obviously the 1-to-1 measured move, and obviously where the 0.618, the Fibonacci divider, creates the whole thing as a 1-point multiple hole, which is, again, this is a 0.618, and then this is the 0.382, the wave 5. And obviously this is where I was expecting the top here, obviously here, but then when we came into this box and we broke this previous wave 4, I was like, right, there's a high chance of that being the top. I didn't short it. Because of it, I just wait for 5 waves down, a 3-wave pullback, and get a nice short entry here, and that's what I'm still waiting on. As well, where are we? So yeah, obviously that's what I was expecting in real time at this point here. Let's play it out. Yeah, with this, obviously that's when we was expecting, yeah, that to be the ending diagonal, and then if you just keep letting it play out, sorry, and that's when I said, look, obviously there's a chance that we've been cut early, and that's our top. Picking tops is basically impossible. You make your best educated guess, but it looks toppy in my opinion. I'll explain why. Obviously we got cut early. I was expecting, again, a little bit higher. We did actually get the little move a little bit higher, which was bang on, which is nice. But obviously at the time, yeah, you can't get everything right. I did expect us to fall, but again, we still got the top right, which is good, and we got the wave 4, so it's nice to see. And obviously we've come down here. And obviously we've just been absolutely cascading down. And then when I broke this, I was dead set on it being the top. When we had a BOS here, a breaking structure. And then, yeah. And then obviously you can get rid of this. This is obviously our second area. And then you've come back into this region up here. You've pretty much entered this box, the big Fibonacci cluster, which you could, I think it was there and there. So again, you've come up, and we obviously was projecting this from back down here. This is why later wave analysis is so obviously I explained all this on the previous video, so you can go and watch the previous video if you want, but this is why late wave analysis is so yeah, this is why I think it is so good, really. You can project obviously tops, bottoms, you can pick them, you don't get everything right, but yeah, it's the only analysis in the world really that can show you what's really not is guaranteed to happen, but what's going to happen. Again, you can use the Fibonacci dividers and obviously extensions with everything. Like I know this is a bit off topic, just quickly, if you go with Bitcoin, again, Fibonacci divider, I just showed this on the other video, but obviously you've got, put that down there, and then obviously you come back 0.618, and look at that. It's as simple as that, really. And a 1-to-1 measured move, you stick that there, you stick that there. Obviously you didn't get the 1-to-1 measured move, but that's fine. Again, I'm just showing you what can happen, etc. And what happens if you do that? That's a little bit higher, but then you'd have to alternate the other one as well. But yeah, obviously Fibonacci divider is the best thing that I've seen to obviously pick tops and bottoms. If none of you use Fibonacci dividers, then honestly I really would I'd use them. It can either be there. See, this is the thing. It can either be at wave 3 or wave 4 of wave. Yep. So put it there, or use the 0.50 at the bottom, or obviously there if you get an extended wave, or the 0.382 at the bottom there, or obviously at the top of wave 3. So I use those 2 points, but it is normally, you normally get a 1-point whole move from the bottom, 0.618, and then the remaining is the 0.382. Just wanted to show that. Okay, but yeah, going back to CRV, and then obviously, so we obviously nice little top here. And then that's when obviously we set it a little bit early, but yeah, ended up being the top. And then what you want to see is if it is a ABC move, so you're going to get like an A, a B, and then a C, is you want to see a move that's equal weight, not equal length, equal weight in the opposing direction. So you don't want to see up here and then there. That's not equal weight. It's equal length, but it's not equal weight. Equal weight would be up there, sorry, up to there, and then you've got something like that. That's what you want to see, equal weight, right? And then, yeah, that's exactly what we've been getting. So this to me looks like it could either be, it's very impulse in my opinion. This could be a little mini triangle, but it is very impulse in my opinion. But again, you've got it in equal weight, like it's equal weight. So it, yeah, and that's where we're at. And then obviously we can fuck this off. and then obviously go to this, and this is where we're at now. So you've got a move in that's equal weight, and again, head and shoulders, just like what you've got with, just like obviously what we judged with Bitcoin. Your previous your previous wave 4 or 1 less a degree, your head, come back up, sorry, your shoulder, come back up, you got your head, then you're going to come back down and make your shoulder. And that's obviously a beautiful head and shoulders pattern. And obviously you've got the exact same thing with CRV that's going on here. You come back near to the previous wave 4 or 1 less a degree. This wave 4 comes back to the previous wave 4, if you can see. Oh shit. This wave 4 comes back to the previous wave 4. This wave 1 has come back to the previous wave 4. It's still within its span. Do you know what I mean? So again, that also looks good. And again, this should come back to its previous wave 4. So, and obviously create shoulder, head, come back down, A, B, C, and then come back down. And then again, you've got your head and shoulders pattern. All right, and what you really want to see to you, sorry, what you really want to see with head and shoulders patterns are, so let's say this does come down to this. Let's say we come to about, maybe we come to there. Let's just, maybe it's about, maybe we just come to here. I don't know, I'm just guessing here. Maybe let's not make it a straight line. Let's just say it comes to here. And then you project it to there like that. You want to see this. Let's say we come down here. And then you got an A, B, and you want to see C come up to meet this trend line. Trend line. So you come down, come up, and then obviously you've got this move, and then you've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're probably, because this is a wave 1, sorry, yeah, wave 1 or wave 2, you want to see it come into this span. Normally you can come back and test the bottom part, wave 2 of the previous 1 less a degree, of a wave 1 and 2, just like what you've seen here on the big chart of CRV. We did actually come back down to retest right at the bottom of the wave 2, if you can see there, and that's normally what you get. But is that going to happen with this? I don't know. It could. Again, I can't really tell, but this can either be two things: A, B, C, D, E, and then obviously C. So this can either be a W or an A wave, and you're going to create then an A. Let's just get rid of some of this shit. So you could either have A, B, C for wave A, B, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like what you had here, A, B, C. So you could get that, but again, it's too early to tell if that is a mini triangle. It looks more of an impulse wave to me, maybe like a 1, 2, a 3, 4, and a 5. It's a little bit sloppy to count, but what I'm expecting is come down here, get an ABC zigzag, or get like a triangle, something like that. Just consolidate above this support. And then obviously you've got another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And similar to this, I like it when you come back to the 0.764. I do like a 0.764 tap. So we're going to probably come down to maybe in the span of this region here. And then, yeah. And then that's when we're going to, yeah, absolutely, obviously go parabolic to the upside. Could come to the bottom though. Obviously, is there any fibs? Yeah, 0.90, which is pretty fucking deep though for a wave 2. But yeah, this is what we're expecting. The whole chart as a whole looks incredible. It is very, very, very clean. I am still saying this is an expanded flat, and I'm showing that if you've seen before, most wouldn't count this as an expanded flat. I am counting it as an expanded flat because you normally see it in wave 2s, but wave 1, you get a flat, which is a sideways correction, then another wave 1, 2, then a 3, then an A, B, C, D, E triangle, then that's a wave, so that's wave 1, 2, wave 3, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 3, wave 4, which is pretty deep because that's sideways, and then you've got a 1, 2, a 3, A, B, C, D, E, or a weird triangle, and then obviously you come back down, your last fifth wave, and then you've got your major 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's also good as well is if you remember me showing as well about the, you put your trend line, you put your channel up here, your previous wave 4, in fact we'll do it like this, your previous wave 4, your previous wave 4 1 lesser degree normally comes back to back test the outside of the channel, and that's nice obviously tap that we got there as well. That's just from the base channel, if you remember me showing in the last video. Or you can come to the midpoint. If you take it off log, you can still come to the midpoint if it is quite a big wave, and obviously you've come near to the midpoint anyway, so it's good confluence obviously on both areas. And then what you do is obviously to project the top of the wave 5, so not only do you use all the stuff I was previously showing, but what you can do is put the wave 2 to wave 4. If you remember me showing this the last time, and I said that we should come to the midpoint, and then take it off log. Is it off log? Yeah. So you should come to the midpoint, and if you can see, obviously you've smack banged. You've found this resistance obviously at the midpoint. Oh shit! You found this resistance obviously at the midpoint, and you're just staying along it. And obviously that's where the tops come in. You've got your midpoint of your channel, and then yeah, and then that's that. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much just what I'm explaining. Just what I'm seeing for CRV. It looks fucking great. I'm just expecting a big pullback now, and I am expecting it to be a zigzag. It could be a flat because this could be a mini triangle. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But to be honest, I reckon I need to wait for more PA. But this is probably an A. You've got your A, B, C, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down here, and then you've got your big wave 1, your big wave 2 till about, I'd probably say April or May. And then yeah, you're gonna obviously get going, and this is gonna be parabolic to the upside. And that's everything. But yeah, if you like I say, if you liked it, like, comment, subscribe, just really showing you what I'm seeing. But yeah, it's good. Everything looks great for it, and yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure. I don't know when I'm gonna make another one of these, but yeah, peace.